What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to one of my videos, one of my tournaments, one of your tournaments, if you will. We are here with the final lap. Yes, this is the first tournament with a different name and the first tournament of the second season. The first season, if you will, I can call that a kind of a trial season. It does count. All of those rankings and stuff do count with the first run and the second run as well. And just shout out to everyone that joined all of those tournaments. I mean, my God, this is the most fun that I've ever had just hosting the tournament. Now, there are tournaments and leagues and stuff where I participated in that I probably rank higher as far as fun goes. But as far as just hosting and sitting back and watching you guys go at it and seeing the ranks fluctuate, who moves up, who moves down. Spec hasn't moved at all because he's just dominating the league. It's fun. I really enjoy it. I can't thank you guys enough. I know this shit to y'all it's like just another game mode you probably play for 2-3 hours a day when you come home from school or work, whatever you do. But to me, this shit, I've been doing this. I've been incorporated with some kind of card tag for more than half of my conscious life. So I say that just to say I really do appreciate y'all. I'm gonna give y'all props every single time I start off a new tournament video like this, because this one ran even smoother than the last one. So round of applause to y'all, everybody that's ever played in the run. I don't want to say names because I'll probably forget someone, but let me try. We got all the people that are on the screen now for final lap. We're missing iBox, Ryan McLaren, myself, and I feel like there's someone else. I know there's someone else. See, this is why I didn't want to do this. I know I feel like I'm forgetting someone, but yeah, props to y'all guys. But that being said, as you can see on the screen, we are just one day away from final lap with Spec, Tim, Stolen, Moth, Dundee, Speed, Plum, and Auto. This is going to be fun. I mean, Auto Cycle, it was my fault that he wasn't in the second run, the very last tournament that we just hosted. iBox got that last spot, but it's only because I told Auto he was in without having checked Discord yet. So I went to check Discord, and turns out iBox messaged me like 2 or 3 hours before Auto did. So I kind of had to message Auto and be like, hey, you can't be in this one because it's my fault, and I owed iBox the spot. But Auto is here. He signed up for the first run, was unable to make it for whatever reason. The second run he missed out on, and now we will finally hopefully see the debut of Auto Cycle. Plum Sauce had a unexpected start to the run, well, to the tournaments in general at the second run when he faced off against Top Gear Tim. I say he got some jukes in though. He did get some jukes in, so Plum Sauce, like I always tell you, never be discouraged. There were times where even I was discouraged playing when I was younger, but once you get past that, it's so quicker. The rise to the top, it's so much faster. So yeah, just never give up, Plum. I want to see you win. Like I'm always gonna say going into these tournaments, I want to see the underdog win every single round, just because it makes for a better story. It makes for a better story. Now look, nobody throw matches, because if there's anything you can possibly be like just banned from tournaments, but I don't like banning people or stuff like that, but I don't want people to throw matches. Like, that is the no-no. The no-no. I'd rather you guys suicide and shit. Don't do that either, but getting off track here. Speed, I don't want to say you let me down, because I haven't seen you or iBox play in 1v1s. So it wasn't, I didn't have any expectations. I did want you to win just off the bias alone, but we got to see you get matched up against this time going forward. Dundee, a 1-2 loss to Stolen in the first round. I do say that he had the better car, but you also didn't take that much advantage of counter picks, and that is something I want everybody to try to do if you need it. And I feel like a lot of you, it can only help. Not to say you need it, but it can only help when you counter pick your opponent. What I mean by that is, you lose game 1, that means you have the ability to change either the class or the map within the match that you just played. So I mean, it's been a rule that everyone should know of by now, but yeah, I want to see some people take their opponent to a map they think they have the advantage on, or purposely switch them out of a class, you know, just stuff like that. And Dundee, I feel like if you did that, it's a finals matchup with Human Spec, to be honest, if you do that. Moth. One of, I think, 3 people in these that have now entered every single tournament. So a veteran in the 1v1s. You've played a lot of different people. You know matchups. So I want to see you implement that to your advantage. Stolen. I hope I didn't take anything away from your W, because you did show a lot to me as well in that 1v1 with Dundee. You were getting away from him. You were tagging him, cornering him. So your playstyle definitely fits what I like to watch in 1v1s, as far as the just the balancedness that you bring to 1v1s. Didn't do so well against Spec, but he is undefeated for a reason. No one really has done that well against Spec in these tournaments here. Hoping that Season 2 changes that fact as we move on to Tim, Top Gear Tim, who got the W that he wanted against Plum. In the first round, he defeated Plum after losing in the first round himself, the very first run. The second run, though, he gets past the first round by defeating Plum, moves on to iBox. And iBox is another person that he was the biggest shocker for me. And I hope when I say that you're a shocker, that it doesn't sound like I was slandering you in the past, because it's just truly, I haven't seen like a lot of you in the 1v1 atmosphere, scenario, if you will. Like, I just haven't, I don't know, I'm ignorant, if you will. So thank you for showing me what the hell you're capable of, and I want everyone to do that. I want everyone to try their hardest. I tell Spec, I tell Moth, I tell Plum, try your hardest. Like, play this like it's your last game on Earth before an alien takes your ass in a UFO and just jets on out of here. And last but not least, Spec, Mr. 14-0 all time. Now we will be. This is a good segue for me. You know what, Spec? There's not much to say about you. You're 14-0. You're amazing at the game. You're the best 1v1 player in the world. It's gonna take a lot of wins for people to catch up to your ranking, to your record. Definitely speaks for itself. I firsthand witnessed in the very first run what your 1v1 skills were capable of. So that was all I have to say, I guess. Let's move on as I get a drink of agua. To the Discord. Now, here we have Season 1. This tier list will stay up. Spec, as we see here, is 14-0. There's only been one season, so the Season 1 and the all-time ones are going to look exactly the same. Excuse me. But as we play the final lap, you're going to see this one update, but not Season 1. Season 1 is already set, so you can go back and check that whenever you want. The all-time one will be getting updated with every single tournament, so I got to actually edit this as we play matches and add in, I guess, I don't know, I might delete this line right here because it may get a bit cluttered with me putting every single tournament. You know what, I'll put a dash. I'll put the run dash as in through final lap, because that's where we're at. So yeah, I'll do that off screen. And lastly, we have just the current season, which is the one I want to be focused on the most, because the other two are kind of like history. I mean, this one is present and history, but whatever. You get what I'm trying to say here. We're going to be editing this as we go along, so hey, if you play a match before Spec, you got a chance to be #1 ranked in the world for Season 2 if you play and win matches before Spec does his. So hey, you can screenshot it, you have the opportunity, unless you're going against spec, then tough shit. Thank God I'm not. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is there. Let's look at the car list now at the top right of your screen. These are the cars that were entered by the players to their lefts. The Toyota GT86, the Peugeot 205, the CRX being brought back by Stolen. By the way, let me talk about that as well. Spec for the first time, not choosing the Exo set. Tim, yeah, I think he's the only person to enter 3 different tournaments and 3 different cars now. He'll have the record in that, I guess. Stolen, bringing back his CRX. Moth, spamming that mini and go for it. Hey, whatever the fuck works. Like I said, try your hardest. If that's the car you get in first place with every damn game, then bring it back every single time if you want. Dundee switching it up, going away from the Evo 6 and bringing in the much snappier Metro, a Horizon 2 Classic. Speed, and now what I think is this is definitely smaller than the Mini, right? Well, they're both 1965 cars, so Moth and Speed, that tag team have that in common. The smallest shit. The Peel tried it. I don't know. I feel like it's not good, but the fact that he entered it makes me believe that it's good, because Speed has something up his sleeve there with that Peel tried it. Lastly, the last 2 we have here are the Corvette being bought back by Plum, the Z06, the 2002 Z06. Autocycle, in his hopeful debut, he entered the F1 GT, I believe. I think so. In the first run, which he was not able to participate in. This time around, he's going to enter the Lotus Elise GT1. So, here we go. And now, let's switch over to the brackets. Alright, we are here, ready to generate the brackets this time around. Moth and Stolen had a tough-ass path. They had Dundee and Spec on the same side. But hey, as we saw, anything can happen. Dundee didn't even make it out the first round in the last one, so let's see what we get here. And as always, the people on the top, the players that are named on the top, will be choosing the class/PI, and the names on the bottom will be choosing the map. Let's generate. Okay, here we go. Wow. Wow. This is something. Moth Autocycle, Spec Dundee, Plum Stolen, Speed Tim. As always, these games are best of 3, and the finals will be best of 5. That's not going to change unless I put out an update video on a rule change or something like that, or tell you guys in the Discord. Then you don't have to worry about that. But oh my, so Moth, you'll be choosing the class, and Autocycle, you'll be choosing the map since your name is on the bottom. The same applies for everyone else in their respective matchups. But this is going to be something else here in final lap. Spec Dundee first round is crazy, and I would have rather seen Dundee choose the class and Spec choose the map, because I know what map Spec would choose. But this is going to be interesting now, and hey, maybe Dundee takes out Spec in the first round. That'd be something to talk about. Not to underrate these other matches though. Plum and Stolen, and Plum gets the class choice there, so that's going to be interesting. And Speed and Tim, that's a funny one. That is a funny one. I'm here for it though. I'm here for all these matches, man. Okay. Wow. So, as always, I'm gonna probably make a graphic for it and put it in the Discord so you guys can see your path to the finals, if you will. And you'll know exactly who chooses classes and maps, because for some reason I'm still getting someone messaging me questions about what means what. So I'm gonna try and make it even simpler than last time. But that is all that I've got for you guys today. Interesting matchups, and I am here to see who will be the best in the world for Season 2. Final lap. See you tomorrow. Peace out.